As a dancer, I love to dance, but I also love to see other people dance. Um, when you go to like Niagara Falls and you see people travel all over just to go to the falls to see how beautiful it is. Um, that feeling of watching the falls and the beauty is the same feeling I get when I see other people be unconditionally loved, um, to be free in who they are, to be happy with life. It's that beauty, that same beauty you see when you see. I don't know how to explain it. It's like what we live for. What designs are going to be. And you don't have to know right now. Or you wanted geometric shapes. You wanted some, say, a turtle on.
I've been a part of this community my whole life. I've been coming here for over 15 years. And this regalia workshop has been just such an honor to be a part of. This will be my first time having a regalia of my own, and has reconnected me with my culture and made me feel more a part of the community here.
I've been out here about 2 years now, and my husband and I were on a trip across Canada. And we just came from Montreal. We came to here, and we stayed here for a couple of months, and he ended up passing away through an OD. And it left me here kind of stuck, but not stuck because I can go home, but there is programs to get home, but I have issues at home that kept me here too. And I've just been trying to find my way, I guess, without having him by my side all the time. We spent 10 years together, like together all day and night. Like we worked together, played together, everything was done together. So when he passed away, I kind of lost myself a little bit. And I'm trying to get back on my traditional road in my culture, just to see if there's something there that's going to help me get through this, because I'm nowhere near over it or past it or anything. And it happened almost 2 years ago. I'm just trying to find out who I am without somebody by my side.
We wanted to have them, the community, dance, because we kept on doing circles in Moss Park and other parks throughout the city with the encampments and tents and stuff like that, and everybody was coming out and dancing and being a part of it. But a lot of them would sit back a lot because they felt they weren't allowed to be a part of the culture. And so what I did was talk to some people that were part of the community, Nicole Levesque. We decided we'll have a regalia making workshop, then we'll have a dance workshop. And that's never been done in North America. It comes on from the harm reduction perspective. The elder that is working with us, Wanda Whitebird, she talks about love. That's what harm reduction is love. And to us, we realize, like, why wouldn't you want somebody to have love? We want people to be well and taken care of. And so we welcome everybody into the circle. And this is something that we're very proud about. And it was hard decisions for our participants to do this, because there's a huge community of abstinence-based outlook.
I know a lot of the times in community, there's those rules of you have to be sober for so many days and there's all these kind of rules. And I personally, like, I respect it if that's what a dancer or somebody in circle practices on their own. I have a hard time when it's imposed onto others, because then we miss those moments of that beauty to be shared. So then when Les asked me to be a part of this regalia making program and said, we practice harm reduction. And so some of our community members they're not going to hold to those type of teachings of having to be, so many days sober or this and that. And I was like, I want to be a part of that, because that's what unconditional love is. It's loving people as they are and not taking that role of you know better than them, of how they should live their life.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Just like a little butterfly there. And everyone's regalia is different and unique to that person. And I was like, I didn't feel qualified to be able to choose the right one that felt like me, like felt like I'd be feeling like no matter what, I'll feel proud and confident to step out there and to have that opportunity to dance upon but I got I'm worried because I'm not a dancer, like I'm like 2 left feet, but I gotta learn some fancy footwork,
Well, we'll be practicing in the later halves. We'll just start jamming out and like, I guess it's it coming out of you, right? Because you're here, ready to get it. It's just getting an outfit for you and having you come in like into the dance circle. Right, cool. It's like not among us. It's like with us, right?
Yeah.
You're our sister.
It pushed, like, I was told I'm not even allowed to smudge or anything or have that in my house. And it's like, dude, that's what brings me to that place of healing.
Yeah.
And if you push those people away, it's like those are the people who need medicine so much.
I cry because you're reading those like words of medicine, because it's when you said like we don't feel allowed.
Shame.
Heartbreaking. Sorry for you and everyone else who has that feeling. Like I can know that feeling too, of not being allowed. It's like, you picking these colors and touching this fabric, it's that you bring that beautiful medicine.
It makes me feel much more proud to just be involved and participate in it because, like, it may spark that, that courage to seek that out in other people. That
You're doing a real important part in history, in that role and responsibility that we all have. But you have that to bring in that healing and bringing that, like I said, those circle in and that love that we're supposed to be right now.
And that's what it's all about, right? It's the dance to pray.
This program is to be able to make regalia for those, like, I feel like everybody deserves to have regalia. I've been a part of a lot of regalia making programs within Indigenous organizations throughout the city, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see one that's a non-Indigenous led organization like South Riverdale to be able to fund this for their Indigenous community members that access their services. That is absolutely beautiful.
One thing we try to do with this program is try to make it as easy as possible for people to be involved with it. We had 6 members sign up for it, all Indigenous women. We had one person show up at the last day here. They were the first one here, and they didn't get dressed. And we weren't going to force them. We weren't going to say, you need to dress. And it was nice. No, it was so good that you participated in this group, and so wonderful to seeing you being a part of it. And you came today, and they would come some days, and they would leave just before the group started. And I thought that was amazing. They knew the group was around, but they had a hard time with that. That was their own stuff to deal with that, right? People talk about harm reduction being something like lowering barrier. Well, we want to take that barrier away there. Like that barrier shouldn't be there. There should not be a barrier. It's not lowering it because it's still there. Somebody's in control of that, and nobody should have control of who you are. A lot of groups have you have three strikes, and you get out of the group. If we had that, we would have nobody in the group.
I feel like the more absence-based traditional protocols may push some people away or may make them feel like they shouldn't participate. The way that this program has been set up has been very accessible, and it's made myself, a participant, feel very comfortable with whatever lifestyle I may lead and what choose, to be able to participate and not feel any shame.
It's just beautiful to be able to dance with dancers and make regalia, to be with. I mean, I didn't experience it in my lifetime because of the age that I'm at, but to know that our ancestors not that long ago, would not be allowed to converse together. I think about my grandmother who, was in Scarborough and would tell me our teachings as Wendat people in private. And I never really understood that until I got older, to think that that was a lived experience from her and her family. A true community is to be able to have all of us together, Indigenous and non-Indigenous to this land space, working together to see this happen, I think is really, really, really beautiful.
All the stuff that happened within my culture. My man was a very traditional man. He was a dancer in a powwow. He was a grass dancer, a drummer. He was very spiritual. He was very, a lot of people came to him for advice and stuff like that. He was very, charismatic, and people flocked to him because, just the way he is. And I was just trying to make our trip out here not pointless, but just make it worth something, at least to me, because I was the one left here, right?
You already know that they've gone through so much suffering and pain, but those things are for survival, and that's what this is. It's survival. The members that were in this program, they decided to participate in this. And it's a heavy thing because it's never been done. And that's harm reduction, because they know they need it and they want it and they deserve it.
We all want to be a part of things. That's what the antidepressant is, the natural one is feeling unconditionally loved, accepted, and that we belong. Whenever there's the feelings of non-belonging, that's the opposite of harm reduction.
I'm really honored to be here, and it has taken a long time. We sing our first song, and that's the cry that all mothers and dads are looking to hear. Because that's when you take your first breath. And then you begin to sing. And that singing becomes a way to communicate, that you learn to communicate with who's ever taking care of you. Because you'll tell them when you're hungry, and that cry should always be answered with love and kindness. And then as we grow, and we roll over, we sit up. And within our first year, we begin to crawl or walk. And then we begin to dance.
And have that, because we're going to have two types of designs, right? So one on the back of your yoke, whatever we design there.
Yeah, I want like, but what if I had like a pink shawl? I don't know. I'm into cheerleading. It's too much.
Yeah, it's
I love
here.
Ooh, you have lots of ribbons. You guys are like me. I love ribbons.
Here, yep, this is where the ribbon. Go right there, yep, and then you grab up there. And then you can adjust it to how it feels. You might have to move your hands down a little bit, so you should be able to stand and flick your ribbon. Yep.
This program is amazing, and because I don't think I would ever have gotten this opportunity to get a regalia made for myself. If you'd asked me like 6 months ago, a year ago, maybe someday, but I'm a little shy, but once I get out there and feel comfortable, I'm sure once I get it on, it's it looks so beautiful already, the fabrics and the design, and I get so excited just seeing it, the process of it getting made.
All their designs are their own designs. We just help make it come to life. So that was beautiful to be able to see all of their thoughts, all their ideas, and how excited that they're getting. So today's a big day for me to be able to see them, dance and see the things they like. Also, too, the things they might want to change, which is great. That's a part of the creative process. Is this might look great, but you know what? I want to change this up, or to see the different meanings that they have.
My dress mostly actually is not even colors that I like. It's more colors that I picked for their significance. Like my daughter, she loves purple, and I have a tattoo of stars, and there's little stars on here. And when she was little, she was like, "What's that behind your ear?" And I said, "A tattoo." And she was, "Do I have one?" And I said, "No, you don't have one," because she couldn't see. And then the pink, and there's this pink sparkly. My mom, she just loves anything pink and sparkly, and so that part of my dress is for my mother. And so, yeah, I guess the dress isn't necessarily something that I chose for me. I chose it for my loved ones.
A lot of the things that I'm putting on my dress are in memory of him. His name was Half Bear, so he would have been Simon Aidak Buwan Denny. And so I wanted a bear and the claws on my dress in memory of him. And I'll dance in memory of him and hope that he's somewhere where he's finally at peace, because he had a really hard life. And I just want to make sure that he's happy wherever he is.
Put all of the smells. Keep it like this one. Wait, because you're right there, right?
feel when you're dancing?
I can't explain it. It's like a happiness you can't explain, and I feel thankful as well to be able to dance. Even just doing other things with my community, dancing definitely gives me a feeling that I don't feel otherwise. Same with drumming, like hearing the drums and feeling my feet hit the ground in unison. I guess it's everything within our culture that we have lost. And being the next generation coming up to, have these teachings passed down. I think it's a beautiful thing.
What I am taking away from this program is having the courage to participate in culturally significant things. Even though we're not abstinence-based, it's the traditional protocol of being completely sober and not ostracized from that.
It's very unique to them, who they are. Like with Chrissy, there's very much meanings of all of the designs they have. So to be able to sit with Chrissy and have them explain to me what all of them mean to them is really really beautiful. Like that's like a big payment to be a part of something like this, is that spiritual gain that I get. So I get to know Chrissy, I get to know their family. I get to see Dolores, now to see them smile and sit in their regalia and be so happy and be like, oh my gosh, look at it. And it's like, even though we have the physical mode to sew it, it was birthed from their thoughts, their ideas. It's them that made that come to life. We're just that helper. The community here in Toronto really helped me become who I am now today, help my children and help my family. So it's like that reciprocal relationship.
Our culture is continuously changing. It has to change because there's a lot of people that we missed that got left out, and we don't want to leave anybody out, and that is an important thing.
I think so. We might have to. And so you want the white still on the top?
so beautiful. All right, let's celebrate. All right, another one of my Mega Mouse with this shit. Oh, yay! Wow. Now I know why your mom wanted cookies. That's nice. Your acting says it all. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome again, you. Thank you. Ready? Yep.
It's not cold and winter never showed up. Just for tonight, let's imagine the damage is gone. See that smoke trailing out of the steel mills. I see it dressed to the nines, lit up like northern lights, and I'll take them tonight. Just wish you